I recently caught up to the Black Clover anime after about 5 months or so of not watching it, and I've got to say that it's gotten a lot better than when I first started watching it. And I've really been enjoying the last few episodes of the show, especially the most recent one, which is episode 161, which aired earlier this week. And I liked that episode so much that I just decided to make a whole video talking about it because of how much I like that episode. And for those of you who aren't caught up to Black Clover or haven't watched it at all yet, I am planning on making a video going over my overall thoughts on the series so far. So if you haven't seen it yet, don't watch this because I'm going to be going into full spoilers for that episode, going to be covering the entire episode. So there's major spoilers in this. That's your warning. If you want to hear my thoughts on Black Clover, wait till that video is out. Whenever it's out, the link will be in the description. It won't be as soon as this video airs, but whenever it is out, I'll edit this video and put the link in the description. So if you're watching this at some point in the future, the link will be in the description. So the first thing I want to talk about is that in the episode right before this one, we finally found out who Yuno's parents were, and it turns out that they were the king and queen of the Spade Kingdom right before it got taken over by the devils that they're supposed to be fighting. So that makes Yuno the prince of the Spade Kingdom, which I didn't see coming at all, actually. I figured Yuno was going to be royalty, but I just didn't think that he was going to be from another kingdom. So this was really interesting that we found out that he is the prince of the Spade Kingdom, or was before it got taken over, which makes me really curious as to who Asta is, or who his parents are, because he just happened to show up on the same day Yuno did. They were left on like the doorstep together, so I'm very curious as to who Asta's parents are, but I'm sure we'll find that out in the future. And then right after Yuno finds this out, he gets a call from the Golden Dawn saying that their headquarters is under attack, so he rushes back only to see that everyone is either on the brink of death or is dead and was killed by one of the people who work for the Spade Kingdom or the devils or whatever. Some guy with the devil's powers, basically. And he sees that he's killed all of them. And a little bit before this attack, Yuno had finally started to become friends with all the Golden Dawn members. And also, if you remember a few episodes before this, he remembers how when him and Asta were kids, Asta basically told him that since they don't have any blood relatives, then any friends that they make in the future will be a part of their family, or they should consider them their family and treat them like their family. So, in Yuno's mind, everyone who is either dead or almost dead is his family. So he basically just shows up and sees his whole family's been killed by this guy. And after seeing this, Yuno's obviously really pissed off, and then he manages to defeat the guy, although it looked like it took a lot out of him because this guy was really strong and had some of the devil's powers. And then after beating him, he goes into the next room where Klaus and the one girl who uses the compass thing, I can't remember her name at all. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna call her the girl who uses the compass magic. So they're fighting one of the other devil minions or underlings or whatever, but they're fighting one of the bad guys, and he's using like he's using mist so no one can see where he is. And then Yuno comes in, and because he can use wind magic, he pushes all the wind away, and then the compass girl is able to track him, and then Klaus just knocks him out. I really like this. I like that Klaus got a moment to shine. I actually really like him, and I think his magic is really cool, and you just see him like knock the dude out, and it flashbacks to like him training or doing push-ups because he's trying to get stronger physically too, which I believe that he was trying to get stronger physically because he met Asta and saw that it's not just about magic. I could be wrong. I think that's what it is. But I just thought it was cool. It cuts to him training or whatever, and then it cuts back to him just knocking the dude out with the metal fist or whatever. I just thought that was really cool. I also thought that the girl who uses the compass magic is pretty cool. Like, that spell just seems really cool. And it also shows her remember that the captain of the Golden Dawn tells everyone that whoever was possessed by the elves, they should try to use the magic that the elves had because they have a little bit left over, or whatever techniques they use, they have a little bit left over from them. them. So he basically tells them, like, I know that you probably want to get rid of that power because they tried to kill everyone when they took over your body, but he tells them to just learn how to use it because you can become a lot stronger and use it to protect the kingdom rather than destroy it like they did. And I just thought that was kind of cool how she was only able to use like a really small area of it, but still was able to beat the guy because, blew the wind away. I just thought that was really cool, and it'll be interesting to see how other people's magic changes, or whoever was possessed by elves, to see if their magic changes because they were possessed by the elves or not. And then right after this, one of the main devil guys, I don't know his name, all I know is that he uses bone magic like Shinnok from Mortal Kombat 10, which I think is kind of cool. We haven't seen anyone use bone magic, but the guy who uses the bone magic devil crashes through the ceiling, and you see that he's defeated the captain of the Golden Dawn, which was supposed to be like one of the strongest magic knights ever. Also, right before the episode, or a few episodes before this, they did that whole captain's battle where it was broadcast across the entire kingdom and all the captains fought, and you saw how insanely strong they were. You can see it on their faces how terrified they look because they know how strong their captain is from seeing it multiple times, and to see that this dude has just beaten this insanely strong captain of theirs, they're terrified because he just beat one of the strongest people in the kingdom, and they're just like, oh shit, this guy's really, really strong. And then he goes to attack Yuno and the other guys, and Yuno like cuts up his bones or whatever, and then you just see Yuno turn around, and the Compass girl and Klaus are just all stabbed through them with bones and stuff like that. And then Yuno gets pissed off and just charges the devil guy. And what I like is that the devil tells him, like, okay, you're strong enough, so let me at least show you some of my devil power. I'm not going to use all of it, I'm going to use some of it because you're strong enough to be able to handle it, or something like that, or he's like worthy enough to use his devil power. And then you get that really cool scene where the camera like zooms out and you just see the huge devil behind the dude, and then he just stabs Yuno. And then it cuts to Ralph, the guy from the Spade Kingdom, who arrives at the Golden Dawn headquarters looking for Yuno, and when he gets there, he starts looking around, sees everyone defeated, and then he goes and looks up on this like platform thingy or whatever, and just sees Yuno impaled by like the bone sword that the guy used, and then Belle, the little fairy wind spirit, crying over his body. And seeing Belle crying over Yuno while he's on the brink of death was really sad, and you could see her disappearing because I think she needs some of his energy to be around, I think. But you just see her start disappearing, and she's like, I don't want to leave or whatever, and I don't want you to die. That was actually really, really sad. And then right after this, you see that the captain, who was, I think he was taken, managed to leave behind some sort of magic to do some huge healing spell on everyone inside of the headquarters. And when he started using the healing spell, I thought, okay, so they got defeated, but at least they're still alive. They may have gotten defeated, but they're still alive, so they can fight this dude, and everything will be fine. He's gonna heal them, and they'll get stronger, and then find a way to beat him. And then Yuno stands up and looks around, and he realizes that the healing magic can only heal people who were still alive. Anyone who died is not going to get healed. So you see that half of the entire squad is just killed. I don't think that they're going to bring them back. They're killed, and some of them were like kind of important side characters, sort of like the one guy who either used some sort of teleporting magic or some glass magic, something like that. He was pretty cool. I liked him. He's dead, and another important person who became friends with Yuno was dead too. And it was just insane. Half of the entire squad, half of the strongest squad in the entire kingdom was killed like that, like so easily. And I thought the way that they ended this episode with Yuno just so pissed off that he starts screaming as loud as he can was really good, and you could just really feel the like emotion, and you could feel how upset he was that these guys just came in and killed all these people that he just became friends with. In this episode really makes you realize just how strong the devils that they're facing are, because the guy who beat the captain wasn't even the strongest devil, like he wasn't the leader of them, and the leader's supposed to be even stronger, and the captains are supposed to be like the strongest mages in the kingdom. and to see that guy beat him so easily just shows how strong these people are. I think it's been like 20 or 30 episodes since they knew that they were going to fight the devil. Something like that. It's been a while, and throughout that whole time they kept saying how dangerous the devil is going to be, how he's really, really hard to beat. There's no way we'll stand any chance against him, so we have to get stronger. And they weren't kidding. Like, this episode really shows you just how goddamn strong they are. Like, he just came in and wiped out half of the strongest squad and took a captain with him. It's just insane. This episode just really shows you that they're really strong, and it also shows you that this is a war. A lot of people are going to die, and they're fighting a really strong enemy. This episode, it really set in for me, like, just how strong these people are that they're fighting. Also, the war that they're fighting is now really important to Yuno, whereas before, yes, it's important to everybody, but there were two people who it was like more important, or it was personal for them. You had Noelle, who wanted to kill the main devil because he killed her mom, and then you had the queen of the Heart Kingdom, who had a curse on her that was about to kill her. And they had two very personal reasons for being in this, to save her from dying and to avenge her mom. But now, with Yuno, he found out that these guys killed his mom and his dad, and now he's wiped out half of his squad, like his friends. So now those three all have like a very personal connection to the war and have a very good reason to want to fight him now. So overall, this was a really great episode, and I was just really surprised at how good Black Clover's gotten. Like, when I first started Black Clover, I thought that it was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And then each arc just slowly gets better and better. And the fights, man, the fights have been really, really good. I just really like it. I stopped watching it about 5 months ago because I think it was like a filler part, and there were like 3 or 4 filler episodes, and each week I would wait for the episode and it would just be a filler. And then I just kind of lost interest. But I'm really glad that I decided to start watching again, because it's gotten really, really good. And this is now one of my favorite shonen anime of all time. It's really, really good. I'm surprised. Black Clover is really, really great. I didn't think that I'd be saying that, because when I first watched it, it wasn't that good, but it's actually really, really good and has gotten really great. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see me do more episode reviews, either on Black Clover or on any other anime. If you want, I can do the next week's episode on Black Clover, or what I might end up doing instead is just whenever there's a really good episode out that I want to talk about, then I'll make a video on it. So if the next week's episode is just really, really good again, then I might make another video on it, but we'll see. I'll probably do something like that, or maybe I'll do a review for this arc, for like the war arc that's beginning. But yeah, just let me know in the comments if you want me to do episode reviews for anything else. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more anime videos in the future. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.